Good afternoon, guys. Pastor Janet here. I wanted to come by and talk about what seasoned writers often do that beginner writers don't do. Well, when you're a writer, you're so excited. You want to let people see your work, and you're finding your voice, and you're just working on your title, and you're working on your book cover, and you're working on the plot of the substance of your novel. You're so excited about that. But one thing you must also be excited about, too, is knowing the genders that are out there that publishers are looking for. Seasoned writers, they check all this out. They check out the genders and see where their book might fit in. They check out the marketing, the price of marketing. But the most important thing they do, which is what's the one thing I wanted to talk about today, the one important thing that seasoned writers do, the young writers don't always do, they write every day. That's sign language. Every day. They write every day regardless of how they feel, even if it's just a word, a line, a sentence, or a paragraph. So this is something that's, sometimes you're tired and you don't feel like writing, but you should at least write something every single day. That's very important for a writer, to learn to write. Can you imagine how some of these publishers are? They're telling these people, you got 6 months to get this book to us, you got 4 months, you got 3 months, you got a month. They have to write every day because they know if they don't get this book finished, they're not going to get a contract from the publisher, and their book won't be out there in print for people to read. So you must write every day. And another thing that seasoned writers do, they don't get upset about rejection. They just toss it aside and go on to the next one. Don't get upset about rejection. That's one thing that turns writers off, especially young writers. I know when I first started writing, I got a lot of rejection letters. This one teacher told me, she said, put them up on the wall and look at them and say, this is what I'm not going to do again. I'm not going to get another rejection letter, but you will. But you have to learn to, take it in stride and go on. Just look at it, put them up on the wall and say, okay, that's one. But that means nothing because I'm a good writer. Once you know your voice and you find a gender that you want to be in, and you start writing in that gender, you're going to be a happy writer. But these are things that a seasoned writer does. They don't get upset about rejection because they've had many. Go back and check in history and you'll see how many writers that are out now, how many rejection letters they got. What's his name? Can't think of his name. Oh, I can't think of it right now. But he had so many rejection letters. So many writers get rejection letters, but they don't let them stop them. But young writers, they get a rejection letter and they think they have no talent because this one letter said that their book wasn't good enough. That's just one letter. J.K. Rowling's got a lot of rejection letters. I was reading about that. And then, I wish I could think of that guy's name. Oh boy, can't think of it. It's just not on my mind right now. Oh, Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway got so many rejection letters. Go online and put in how many famous authors received rejection letters. And you'll be shocked at how many got rejection letters. But they didn't let that stop them. They kept going. If you are serious about your craft, you're not going to let that stop you either. You're going to keep going. You're going to keep writing. If it's not novels, you're going to write stories. You're going to write maybe for a newspaper, but you're not going to stop writing because writing is in your heart and you love it. So, and there's so many avenues for writing. You don't have to be a novelist. You can be a newspaper person. You can write stories and stuff for other people. You can write political things for people that are trying to get into office and they need speeches that are going to captivate the people and turn them in their direction. So writing has many genders, many things that you can do, but don't stop if you get one rejection letter and say, okay, this is the end of my career. I'm no good, so why am I even going to try? Don't do that. If you do, then that's showing that you really don't have the guts to be a writer and you really don't have the guts to take rejection. You're not strong. And I know you are. I know you're strong. Any person that wants to be a writer has to be ready for rejection, not only from the industry, but from family, friends, relatives. So you've got to be strong. A writer's got to have a hard hat. Put on that hard hat and keep going. So that's what I wanted to say about. These are things that seasoned writers do. They don't get upset about rejection. They just put it up on the wall or throw it in the garbage and keep going. And young writers don't do that. They get one rejection letter or two rejection letters and they say, this is quits, I'm not going to try anymore. Don't do that. If you're a real writer, you're not going to do that. And just remember, check out the genders. That's something else seasoned writers do. And one thing they do very seriously is read a lot. If you find the books that you like, if you're writing in mystery, Find a mystery novelist that you like and read how they do their books. Don't copy. That's plagiarism, you know that. But you get an idea of how they write, how they put the plot, how they put the villains, and how they put the heroes. Read a lot in the gender that you want to go into. That's very important. If you're a romance writer, read romance books. I know I'm a romance writer, so I like to read romance books. And I'm always seeing how they put stories together, how they bring the people together. And that makes me, happy because you want a happy ending. Like we got enough in life as it is right now, right? You want stories that have a happy ending if you're a romance writer. If you're a mystery writer, you want the hero to come through and the villain to be caught. If you're fantasy, you want to find different worlds and outer space that you can help and venture into and see what their lifestyle is like. So read the gender that you like. That's so very important. So that's what I wanted to show you and talk about today. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you some outfits that I got. This is one I have on. You may can't see it real well, but this is one of the ones I have one today. Came from Temu. 4 of my outfits came from Temu today, so I'm going to show you that. But I just want to get this video on and say don't give up. Have a hard hat. Throw rejection away. Don't let it stop you. Read a lot in the gender that you want to write in. And check out the marketplace, what's selling. See if you're in a book area that's selling. If you're a romance writer, you want to find out how many romance books are selling. How big are they up on the chart? How high up or how low are they on the chart? Mystery, fantasy, whatever it is. Contemporary romance. Check out the gender. Know what you're doing. Writing is just not sitting down with a piece of paper or a computer or typewriter and write. I mean, that's a part of it, a big part of it, because you have to be able to do that. But you have to know what you're going to do. You have to check out the industry, find out what's going on in the area of the books that you want to write about or gender you want to write in. Okay? So that's that. So I'm going to come back and show you some of the outfits. Okay, see you later, guys. Love you. Bye-bye now.